I'm here because I am a roaring lion crying out righteousness. In our last segment, I raised the issue that I suspect that the liberal media is secretly supporting Governor of the state of Florida, Ron DeSantis. And not that they want him, they're secretly supporting him because they want him to run for president in the 2024 election. They believe he has a very strong chance of outrunning Trump. They believe that Trump has a lot of baggage, and the 2022 midterm may have brought Trump down a buttonhole lower in terms of the major loss, because that was supposed to have been a blowout victory for the Redskins or the Republicans, and they did not succeed at that. And a number of the candidates that Trump endorsed, such as Dr. Oz and a bunch of others, lost. And they didn't win the House by the number of votes they thought that they would. I'm going to cover that in another block. But I think that the liberal media, because they're sneaky, you can't trust them. All the MSNBC, CNN, they're sneaky as dogs. I think they're trying to promote Ron DeSantis and lift him up so he can fight. They want him to fight Trump. And I don't know if DeSantis is going to take the bait. I think, the temptation to want to be the president of the United States of America is very, very tempting. I don't know if I would want that. I don't think I would. But it's very tempting, and men go crazy over it. I mean, Mike Pence sold his soul. Listen, Ted Cruz let Donald Trump call his wife ugly and his father a liar, and call Ted Cruz a liar himself because he wants to be president. So you got to take all that slop, you got to take all that garbage if you want to be president. You can't say anything. I don't know that I would even want to be president. But there are people who will sell their souls to become president. So Ron DeSantis may let the liberal media talk him into, and the liberal pollsters talk him into running up against Trump. I think if it does, Trump going to run over him. Well, you don't know. It depends on how effective they are, because there are a lot of never Trumpers out there as well. But I want to go back to the point, to the issue I was discussing in the previous segment, when I said if Trump is indicted. But what happens if Trump is not indicted? That might be a better question, might be a smarter question. And right now, it's not settled law as to who or what will happen. Will he be indicted or will he not be indicted? But if Trump is not indicted, he's going to be president and dictator for life. That's for sure. Will the trade-off be this? Don't indict Trump. Just kind of walk away from all the charges against him. Because if he is indicted, Kim Jong-un is going to attack South Korea. Xi Jinping is going to attack Taiwan. Russia is going to set off a nuke. And the world's going to go up in explosion if he is indicted. Because America will be too embroiled. Because there are people that love Trump to the point they ain't going to let you take him to jail. They're not going to do it. They're not going to let you take chip. They're not going to let people put handcuffs on Trump. They ain't going to do it. You can talk about it, you can say this, and at least that appears that way. Now, things can change. Things could change. This is not hard and fast. But right now, the sentiments in America is that there are a group of people who are not going to let you put handcuffs on Trump. So if he's not if the powers that be look and say, listen, if we indict Trump, it's going to start World War III, not with America, but other nations are going to be realize that we do not have the backbone, we do not have the ability right now to defend South Korea or anybody else, or Taiwan, anybody else right now. It's going to be a free-for-all out there, especially out there in Asia and in Africa, in Russia too, if he's not indicted. But I think that the liberal media is supporting Ron DeSantis. But if you don't indict Trump, he's going to be reinstated. Kevin McCarthy is going to, Marjorie Taylor Greene is going to say, Kevin McCarthy, you reinstate Trump, and of course you'd have to get the Senate to pass it, but you might be able to get, with Joe Manchin and with some other sleeper senators, in the Senate, that might vote to get him reinstated. And there won't be a 2024 election. There's a lot ahead of us. I'm trying to say that I don't think how can I say this? Because I don't want to misstate. I don't want to misrepresent God. People are ready for what's going to happen in 2023. They think, well, there'll probably be some skirmishes here, there'll be this, that, and that. But people aren't ready for the hell that has been announced and prophesied by Jesus. They're not ready for it. And there's probably nothing you could do to help people get ready for what's getting ready to happen. All you have to do is just look at what's happening with Republicans and Democrats. You got people like Kanye West standing up in the face of Jews. You got somebody like Nick Fuentes, publicly now is getting aired on major networks that Jews are responsible for promoting pornography, promoting homosexuality, promoting sodomy, which is the same thing. That I don't think that, when I was a young man, I wanted to know what happened in Germany with Adolf Hitler, so I read that long book, that big book by William L. Scheer called The Rise and Fall of the Third Reich. Germans didn't realize what was going on. They just didn't. And when they did realize what was going on, they accepted it. And then England, at the time, and Churchill, it wasn't the prime minister of England at the time. England realized what was going on in Germany, this major change in politics towards Jews and world domination by Hitler, but did nothing. England did nothing. They let it happen. And I see people. This time next year, first day of December. This time next year, most people that the world is going to be so changed by this time next year in terms of the political turmoil, the economy, that the system is just going to break down. And this is prophesied by Jesus. Jesus prophesied that the system is going to be non-functional. And everybody who thinks they got it going on now, even the billionaires now, you better learn how to, we got a diamond ring. Bob Dylan said, you better pawn it, babe. Even billionaires are going to be walking the street barefoot, not because of outlaw righteousness, mind you. What I'm trying to say is that most people do not recognize the prophecy of Jesus is upon us. And the other item, of course, is that they don't recognize it because he won't let them recognize it. Most people don't realize that Obama represents Satan. And by the way, I was saying in one of my segments regarding my being an oath keeper, that the election was stolen from Hillary Clinton. It was. Twice stolen from Hillary Clinton. I even, spotted perhaps that Hillary may run again for, against Trump. I'm simply, the thing of it is that people aren't going to pay attention to what I'm saying. That's what they're going to watch Fox News, listen to Tucker Carlson, and they're going to watch CNN and listen to, Anderson Cooper or somebody. Or watch MSNBC and listen to Rachel Maddow. But they're not going to pay attention to what Jesus said. They just aren't going to pay attention to it.